Hi there, welcome to the Nido Marketing YouTube channel. I'm Camila Campuzano, the Community Manager and Manager of School Growth at Nido Marketing. Today I want to talk about surveys and why it's important to be running and conducting surveys on an annual or semi-annual basis at your school. It's always important to make sure you're getting that feedback in order to improve your processes and make sure that things are running as smoothly as possible. Now, as times change, parents and families and even staff have different expectations. So these surveys can really help give you insights as to how you can better help them and just run an overall better community. So let's get started and see what surveys I recommend running for your school. The first type of survey that I recommend every school do at least on an annual basis is the Parent Satisfaction Survey. The purpose of this survey would be to gauge the overall satisfaction with the school's environment, curriculum, and communication, and just make sure the parents are happy with how things are operating. A couple of sample questions would be, how satisfied are you with the quality of education your child is receiving? How effectively does the school communicate with you and your child's progress? And how satisfied are you with the school's facilities and resources? Really, the goal of this survey is just for you to get some feedback so that you can improve year upon year. And I would also recommend leaving some open-ended questions, so things that parents would have to fill out, a sentence or a paragraph, because this can allow you to collect testimonials in a very easy way. A couple of incentives you might offer in order for parents to participate in these surveys are things, for instance, like giving away an Amazon gift card for parents who contribute. So, for instance, having one gift card of $100, and you can put all of the people who participate in a raffle, and one winner will win the prize. Or you can just incentivize parents by asking them and reminding them and letting them know that this is a way for you to collect data to improve your school. Something else I would ask schools to do is to make it anonymous, because this is how you can get some really straightforward answers and parents won't hold back. You can use things like Google Forms or SurveyMonkeys. These are free platforms for schools where you can create a couple of simple surveys and pass them out via email. You can also do just a physical form and have a Dropbox at Carpool. It's really up to you how you conduct these surveys, but they are really helpful to improving your school. Another feedback survey that you would want to have is a teacher or guide feedback survey. The purpose of this is really to understand the teacher's perspectives on curriculum, effectiveness, professional development, and work environment. I also suggest having one for assistants, so really all of your staff should be contributing some feedback resources. So how can you ask some questions in order to get some good feedback or some quality feedback in order to improve your school? Well, here are a couple of suggestions. How effective do you find the Montessori curriculum in meeting students' needs? What additional professional development opportunities would you like to see offered? How satisfied are you with the support and resources provided by the administration? How satisfied are you with your current role and responsibilities? Do you feel valued and appreciated at work? And what changes would you suggest to improve the work environment? Of course, you can ask several more questions, and I recommend that you do. And you can also choose to make this an anonymous survey in order to receive more honest feedback. What you can also do is divide it up into where if you're asking questions about administration or school leadership, you can make that part of the survey anonymous. And if it's more regarding a teacher's personal experience in the classroom and how they feel about the curriculum, perhaps you can make that one not anonymous so that you can understand where everyone is at. And maybe you can have an end of year meeting where you discuss performance and have a proper performance review as well with that staff member. And you want to make sure that everything is always constructive when you're giving feedback, but it's important to also allow them the space to give that feedback to the leadership team and just to the general school environment. Another thing that might be important to have, and maybe you can combine this with your parent survey, is just to have a communication survey in general. The purpose of this survey would be to assess the effectiveness and frequency of communication between parents and teachers. As we've noticed in recent years, oftentimes nowadays, parents require more communication from schools. This has to do with anxiety post-COVID. Also, parents are very busy, so they might just need that higher frequency just to reassure them that everything is running smoothly. So a good way to collect this data from your own community, because every community is different, is by operating a communication survey. A couple of sample questions you can ask here are, how often do you communicate with your child's teacher? How satisfied are you with the communication from your child's teacher? And what methods of communication do you find most effective, such as email, phone calls, in-person meetings, or if you use any kind of communication applications, that can also be an important thing to get some feedback on. So just an idea there, communication is huge, and ultimately your parents and students are both your clients, and you want to make sure that parents feel that they have this healthy communication with the school. Usually those are the parents who are more easily retained, they feel reassured, and remember that this is something that we can do better than public schools. We have smaller classrooms. Usually we have the students for 3-year cycles, so we get to know them and the families more, so we can really differentiate ourselves with proper communication. Finally, a survey I recommend Montessori schools have is an admissions process survey. And the purpose of this survey would be to evaluate the effectiveness and user-friendliness of your admissions process. Your admissions process is hugely important, and you want to make sure that parents feel good about it. This is oftentimes one of the first things that parents are going to be doing with you, so you want to make sure that the process is clear, it's direct, and the communication is good throughout. A couple of sample questions here would be, how would you rate your experience with the school's admission process? What did you find most challenging about the admissions process? How can we improve the admissions process for future families? You can ask questions about how you operate your tours, your tour scheduling. How easy was it for parents to schedule a tour with your school? Do they feel that everything was communicated clearly and expectations were set? So this will allow you to make improvements to your admissions process, as again, you want to make sure that's a good experience for families. I'd love to hear your suggestions for other surveys that you operate at your school that you found helpful in order to improve operations and just your overall community. So feel free to drop those in the comment section below. It's always helpful to other schools if they can see what other schools have been using in order to improve their community. So yes, please drop those in the comments. I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope you stay tuned for more Montessori marketing and school best practices tips. We upload videos weekly and also YouTube shorts. Let us know if you have any questions in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe for more weekly content. Thank you.